but
Right.
like having him show up in his t-shirt at his desk to say, "Hey, Amy, how's it going?" Time now for news. Good to see ya. Our breaking news today: our long national nightmare is over. It only lasted for a few days, but it felt like a long time on Twitter. And that is Rachel Zegler is going to the Oscars.
Tonight, the world is full of light.
She's presenting, and now I'm wondering, does that mean it's easier to get a presenter slot than an actual seat in the House?
I mean, there are so many theories as to why she was not going to go. Okay, so this all began with somebody on Instagram like asked her something about West Side Story and what are you going to wear to the Oscars? And she's like, I'm wearing sweats because I'm sitting on the couch with my boyfriend. And there was like great outrage and outcry and consternation about this. Like, she's the star of one of the Best Picture nominated films. Like, she's the face of this movie.
Yeah.
Why is she not there? Russ Tamblyn, who played Riff in the original West Side Story, weighs in. Like, everyone's got thoughts on this.
Yeah.
So finally today, it's determined that she's going to be a presenter because it seemed kind of weird that people like Tony Hawk and Shaun White, who aren't A, actors or B, the stars of any of the Best Picture nominees, they're presenters.
Or in the film industry, really. I mean, yeah, that all seemed very strange. And it's like, Spielberg can't make a call. Like, I can't believe this played out as much as it did. And, you know, maybe this is why you shouldn't have 10 Best Picture nominees.
Well, they're trying to have the capacity in the House smaller because of COVID. There's also the theory out there that, so she's in the middle of shooting the live action Snow White right now in London. So there's a theory that they didn't want to like uproot production and potentially have her go to LA for the Oscars and like maybe get COVID because the BAFTAs.
Yes, we're a super spreader event.
Apparently we're a super spreader event. So people from like Kenneth Branagh and Ciaran Hinds to Lord of Miller all got COVID at the BAFTAs.
Yep. I mean, look, I think we're going to find out later when the publicists stop working 24/7 that a lot of award season wound up being a super spreader event. Like, I'm very glad that LA Film Critics again decided maybe we don't do our dinner this year, and we didn't. And I think that was a wise move because what's coming out of London right now, it's like, you know, and the fact that you know, things are sort of back to normal in terms of we're back at the Kodak and things, and I find that all very disconcerting.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see who actually can go to the Oscars on Sunday. If you're not following along already, we've got picks coming at you all week long in various categories. We will talk about Best Picture later on down the road, and our thoughts on that may or may not have changed based on what happened over the weekend. So CODA won the top prize at the Producers Guild Awards, and it won Adapted Screenplay at the Writers Guild Awards. So these are both biggies. You know, the PGA is a good predictor of what's going to happen. CODA has been on a bit of a roll as of late. So who knows anything could happen.
The Writers Guild also gave Best Original Screenplay to Don't Look Up. And
that's troubling. Yes.
My favorite response was, okay, y'all are just trolling now.
That was confusing to me as well. Yes. And then Dune won the top cinematography award over the weekend. That's one that we figured probably will be the case at the Oscars as well. Yeah. Also at the Oscars, one of your hosts is Amy Schumer. Yes. One of the three hosts. And she apparently wanted to arrange to have Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy either come to the Oscars or like satellite in, like in all his copious free time.
Yeah, because he's not doing anything important right now. He's got that can go on his calendar. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment behind it, but like that's the thing where you stop for 45 seconds and go, oh wait, that's completely impractical and maybe a terrible idea.
And shit like this is why people hate Hollywood.
Kinda. Yeah.
You know, like inserting yourself. And I'm sure it came from a pure place of like wanting to acknowledge what is happening in this region.
Give him the platform.
Sure. How horrific it is. You get global viewership, but like having him show up in his t-shirt at his desk to say, hey, Amy, how's it going? Like present visual effects or something.
Oh God. Well, look, but at least his sitcom is back on Netflix. So, you know, if you want to watch that.
And also he is the voice of Paddington Bear.
In Ukraine, yes.
In Ukraine, indeed. Amanda Bynes is apparently going to be let out of her conservatorship today. That court hearing is today here in Los Angeles, but that's expected to happen. Like Britney Spears, she has had some troubles and has been under some directives to be managed. And now after 9 years, she's going to be let out of that, it looks like.
Cool. Have you seen the meme going around? Is Kanye going into a conservatorship, or is that just for women?
Oh, that's a good point. That is a really, really good point. Jackass Forever comes out on Paramount Plus today. Very exciting.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not hear this. That's exciting. I've been wanting to see it. That was one of the ones that I didn't get to see in the theater. So
now you can.
Sweet.
You can enjoy the subtle pleasures of Jackass from the comfort of your couch.
I am a fan. I think all the movies are great. I enjoyed the show. I got to interview Johnny Knoxville for the cover of The Advocate back when A Dirty Shame came out. So I'm not being ironic. I'm excited about this.
I interviewed Johnny Knoxville too in New York many years ago, back at that brief period where he was trying to be a serious actor. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Like when Grand Theft Parsons came out.
Right. That terrible Special Olympics movie.
Oh,
The Ringer. Was it The Ringer?
Yes, that came out too. Yes, we did tequila shots. It's a thing you do when you interview Johnny Knoxville.
I had lunch at the Chateau Marmont.
Oh, that's very fancy also. That's really exciting. On the other end of the pop culture spectrum, there is now a release date on Criterion Collection for Drive My Car.
Yes, getting a Blu-ray this in July. I'm very excited about that.
July. And then we've been following the whole the Don't Say Gay legislation in Florida and how various people and companies have responded to it. Disney came out with this kind of half-assed response to it, which not everybody liked. Now, individual companies within the Walt Disney Company are coming out with their own statements, from Hulu to Disney Plus to ESPN, denouncing this. Disney parks, like individual parts of Disney, are all coming out with statements denouncing this legislation.
Yeah.
But the actual big Disney still hasn't really taken a strong stance.
And there's a good piece on a website called Popular Information where they talk about other similar bills that are being passed in other states where Disney has some level of business. Either they have retail stores, or in Georgia where they shoot a lot of the Marvel movies, in Atlanta for the tax break. So it's not just Florida. There are a lot of places where Disney is not sort of throwing around its corporate clout in a way that it should, and they should, given how many queer people work for that company and pump money into their coffers.
Right. And enjoy their theme parks. There you go.
And everything else they do. Yeah.
Indeed. And then you wanted to mention that the Godfather trilogy is out on DVD now.
Yes, there's a new 4K that is out today from Paramount Home Entertainment, and there is a limited edition version of it that comes with like a really expensive coffee table book and tons of behind the scenes photographs. But it's a multi-disc set, all 3 movies. It's got the current sort of CODA cut of Godfather 3 and commentaries and lots of extras. So if you're a Godfather fan and or you have a 4K system at home, this is something you should pick up.
Is this an offer that they can't refuse, Alonso?
I wasn't going to go there. But